Of course, inclusive school is practical when there are proper trainer. Actually, in inclusive school, even high-functioning autism, snatching the pain from his friend, it should not be punished because he don't have that social concept. Social impairment, emotional impairment, inflexibility, these three are autism. So that should be in mind for the teacher. Teachers should actually prepare other peers, peer group about autism. Then inclusive school should be proper inclusive school and it is good for them.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the India Autism Center podcast. This is your space where we learn all things about autism awareness, acceptance, and advocacy. I'm your host, Sakhi Singhi, and I'm so happy to have you here with us today because today we're joined by an extraordinary guest. This is actually someone that I heard on the radio at least 15 years ago before I was even involved in this field. When I heard her on the radio, I heard this strong, powerful woman, not just who absolutely knew ins and outs of the subject that she was talking about, but also someone who had the lived experience, that of a caregiver. If you're in Bengal and you work in the field of disability, or actually in India, if you worked in the field of disability or even psychology, you've heard this name. I don't need to introduce Dr. Malika Banerjee any further. She is someone who's made us proud. Her Center for Autism, Pradip, has been one of the first centers, one of the first centers in West Bengal for autism. She's been a professor at Calcutta University. She's currently a dean at Techno India University. And ma'am has many, many, many feathers in her cap. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here with us today.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy and humbled that, we had this opportunity to have you. Every time I see you, there are 50 people around you. So I'm
it is also my opportunity, of course.
So I'm very, very humbled to have you in this one-on-one conversation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Ma'am, my first question to you is about how you started Pradip. I'm very intrigued to know your story.
Actually, Pradip Center for Autism, when actually we have started at that time, in probably all over West Bengal, not in Calcutta, there is no such particular school or intervention center which are actually based only on autism. The particular persons with autism are intervened with other persons like ID, other disabilities also. Really, I'm not demeaning anyone or not discouraging. What I'm telling, when I feel that autism, particularly intervention of autism, should not be with other disability, they should be in a special manner. The other particular things, all things should be in a particular way which may not be intermingled with other disability. Like Down syndrome, like ID, like that.
So Pradip is only focused on autism?
Only focused on autism till date, only autism. Now there are 217 persons with autism, 17 or 18, I can't remember properly, 217 or 18 persons with autism and only autism. Of course, there are comorbidity, but first diagnosis, autism. And we have started it with three or four persons with autism with two teacher, two special educator, one psychologist.
In the same center?
No. Of course not. In a small flat, 2-room flat. It is, we are the two founder of this particular institute. One of the flat is of one of the founder, not of me, and the founder, Dr. Urmila Ukil, who is now the honorary secretary of that particular institution. I am the honorary director, and we are the two founder, and her flat, and we have started it. After that, it become more and more, the persons are coming without any advertisement. Till date, I am telling, without any advertisement. We have not advertised in anywhere. And now there are 10 cutters land, on 10 cutters land, fifth floor building.
And I've actually been to the center, ma'am, and I see the extraordinary work that your team has been doing under your leadership, and it's honestly commendable. Ma'am, you mentioned something in the beginning when you said that you believe that autism and intervention for autism should happen in a specialized way, which
Mhm.
means that you're not intermingling with other
With other
disability. Is
disabilities.
there a specific reason for that, ma'am?
Yeah, of course, there is specific reason, particularly the not I'm telling interaction with autism
Hmm.
a particular way which may not be same to other disability, and again, I can't actually accuse anyone, but if other particular person with disability like locomotor disability like ID actually feels something uh, which is not actually proper for them, that will be actually detrimental for their each and every time. This is for the friend, other
Yeah.
friend, even for the teachers. For the person with autism, they need the
Special
special,
care.
actually, not the special, the special, actually, special training is needed who are autism. And I can say, after Pradip Center for Autism, that first DED in autism, diploma in autism, started in Pradip Center
Yes.
in West Bengal. And not in West Bengal, from National Trust, it has started.
Yes.
First, it has started. It is not actually practically from National Trust. It is not my it's not my intervention, but National Trust has started after Pradeep, and that is. And after that, we can proudly say that all my teachers are actually specially trained in autism. Again, I am not demanding anyone,
Of course.
but the special training is needed actually to handle with
So,
autism.
ma'am, when you started Pradeep, you knew that this would be a very specialized center
Mm.
for autism, or it was over the years that you understood that autism needs specialized
No,
training?
I understand autism need specialized train, and I actually specialized. I trained on myself. It is not actually RCI registered training on myself. My psychology students
Hmm.
who are actually done their PhD under my guidance or like that, two students I can remember actually started PhD under my guidance. At that time, I have that special training for autism on my own,
Hmm.
on my own, and I have actually learned many things after that. Actually, at that time, I was not so what I'm telling now. I am actually experienced. At that time, not so experienced, but I have specialized with books, etc. All things. I actually started that, and after that, the course started 1 year course, and now it is 2 year course. And then my responsibility less, and I have actually made that course. And that.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you're enjoying this conversation, and do subscribe to our channel. It'll really help us to stay connected. You know, at India Autism Center, we're building this unique ecosystem. Our residential program, Samavesh, provides lifelong care to individuals with autism and other related conditions. Our training academy, Manan, is set out to create jobs for those interested in caregiving. And our research department, Khoj, is set out as well to collaborate with professionals and like minded organizations to really revolutionize autism research. If you're interested to be a part of this resolute community, please do reach out to us because we are interested to get in touch with you. So feel free to drop in a note either on the comments or reach out to us on info@indiaautismcenter.org or check us out at our website, which is indiaautismcenter.org. See you. With autism, there come a lot of misconceptions and there come a lot of stereotypes and stigmas. How I I want to know, in your journey, how has the public perception changed about autism and maybe even uh, developmental disability, intellectual disability over the years? Do you think we're moving in the right direction?
Uh, I think that, of course, it move in the right direction. Mean it actually become a proper awareness now. When I felt that before 20 years or before 30 years, of course, there is a change and worse change. And I'm not telling we who are telling that we are the advocate, we have that advocacy, we have a really active, we should actually rate that active role on it. The stigma, one point, and when acceptance, the question of acceptance, high stigma, that no autism, he can do everything, not autism, etc. Even after many times nowadays, another very important point is that nowadays all school, general schools are taking autism. Even in severe cases they are taking autism because it is actually the rule,
Yeah.
government rule. But I know many schools that after taking admission, they are telling you don't come, please come once in a month or once in a week, or don't come, you come at time of your exam only. So it is not schooling. So I think proper in general school, it is only the stigma that my student is not going to special school. Special school mean that he is not normal.
Yeah.
That is the stigma. So that stigma should be overcome.
Yeah.
What is actually when I think I many times in my sorry, many times in my counseling session, I ask the parent that whether it is for your your satisfaction or your child's satisfaction. He said no, for child. And then is it your satisfaction? I think that particular conception of general school is your satisfaction. Of course, there are high functioning autism who can actually continue that general school. I'm not telling. But how many of these? In our population, in 1 crore, Rabindranath, Jagadish Chandra, like that? In 1,000, one high functioning who can take this 1, 2, maximum 3. But
Yeah.
generally, we have to think about the population in general.
Got it. So, ma'am, in your experience, do you think inclusive school is, we're talking about an ideal world, it's probably, is it practical, or do you think it's not practical?
No, of course, inclusive school is practical when there are proper trainer. Inclusive school with general, only general teacher should not be. Actually, in inclusive school, even high functioning autism, if they just, what I'm telling, just take the snatch, you can say, I can use the term snatching the pain from his friend. It should not be punished because he don't know, that should not be, he don't have that social concept with that. Social concept is very important. Even cognition is high. It is actually the social impairment, cognitive, emotional impairment, inflexibility. These three are autism. Communication and flexibility. These three are inflexibility rather. These three are autism. So that should be in mind for the teacher, and teachers should actually prepare other peer group about autism. Then inclusive school should be proper inclusive school, and it is good for them.
And this inclusive school can have people that have all types of support needs in terms of high support needs or low support needs, an inclusive school?
I don't think that high support need, very high support need, even communication impairment with inflexibility, they may not suit inclusive school. Because it is not possible for a teacher when there are 20 students in a teacher, I think more than 20.
Yeah.
I'm telling 20 students in teacher, it is not possible for teacher to actually attend one person, if they are one or two, whatever, for autism, the full attention for the 1 hour in the class. It is not possible for them, but they need that full attention. Otherwise, they will deprived. For that reason, I'm not telling any other thing, but when they are not actually properly matched with other, even in sitting condition, if I forget about all academics, even in sitting arrangement, they can't actually adjust. Then the high support need, should not be in inclusive school.
Got it, ma'am. How do you think the stigma that affects families that who are caregiving for someone with autism, how do you think it affects their mental health? You have worked with so many families, ma'am. I just want to know what how do you see them transition into something better?
Actually, mental health, they actually, it affects their mental health negatively in a high way. What I'm telling, high intensity,
Yeah.
even in bus, even in everywhere. Oh, he's not normal. No, is it? He's mad. Proper term, general term, sorry, not proper, general term, mad, and which actually affect a person, the mother or father of the person with autism,
Hmm.
even high functioning autism. So I'm telling, the stigma affect a person, parent, caregiver, what you are telling, parent with autism, even high functioning autism, the stigma of the society in a high way, which actually have a negative effect even their achievement. And of course, the mental health of the parent. I'm telling the first point to all the particular, all the parents, that in my counseling, that when someone are telling without any a negative term, the what he is, can he eat on his own, can he independent, etc., when the question, general question, bus, term, etc., any problems, at first you will tell them that I will tell you all, can you do something for him? Then of course he said, no, I'm just asking for for queries. No, I will not answer to your queries if it is not actually any positive effect to my child.
That's amazing, ma'am.
Yeah, that in this particular, I am telling, modest aggression
Amazing.
is needed.
That's amazing. That is amazing. I think this is one of the best things that the viewers will take away today. And are there any other coping strategies or mechanisms that you tell your parents who come to you for guidance?
Yeah. I'm telling that if you even not feel, you start when someone actually ask the society that your recognition, you tell that I'm a proud mother of a person with autism. Everywhere, Saki, I'm telling, everywhere when I'm actually in stage and I have to say something, at first I'm telling that I'm a proud mother of a person with autism. No sympathy is needed from anyone. If you have empathy, stretch your mighty hand, not for walking, but to stand erect, but not the sympathy. Sympathy will remain in it. Each and every time I'm telling my, actually, my parents, mean the students, caregiver, that actually when you can cry
Hmm.
in your room, not in front of others. Of course, your emotion should be actually open,
Yeah.
but with the same person, not who think that I am in a bit higher level of you. When whom we are demeaned, when I think that you are not at par with me, for that reason, who is that? What happened? It is not. This is the common thing, and you have to protect it, not by aggression. Of course, aggression, cold aggression,
Modest aggression.
modest aggression, cold aggression. What I'm telling, that I will tell all thing. If you have, yes, I'm a proud mother of her or him, but don't ask anything which you can't actually intervene anywhere. And if you want some real queries, there are Google, there are books, you read it. Not from my child.
That's very powerful, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. But ma'am, you know, I have I have not been in this space for as long as you have, and you have created such a big impact for all of us, all of the ones who are now coming into this space. I need to know there are parents that we interact with, and these parents, you know how you said, you tell your parents, you counsel them by saying, first you say that I'm proud of your child, of my own child. I don't see parents doing that, but ma'am, I don't see, I I see very few parents doing that. But I see a lot of parents actually doing that. But I see a lot of parents also who are in
Yeah,
denial.
yeah. Till date. What I'm telling, not all are accepting without any controversy. That I mean, yeah, till denial is there. Till date, denial is there. Just recently, what happened? A very aggressive boy. And when I'm telling that why you have stopped medicine, that stigma, another very point of stigma, that oh, with medicine he sleep a bit much. And whatever your practical objective, that when he is so aggressive, I have to tell you that please take him in your home. That is much actually better to you, or sleep in the home properly, that is better to you. There are some negative effects of, yeah, of course, there are some negative effects of each and every medicine. When you are taking crocin for your fever, that have negative effects. Will you not taking? When there is a cancer, you know chemo has very much negative effect. Are you not taking? So you have to think over which one is more negative. Whether that in 30 years or in 40 years the liver function will differ, that is more important, or when he is standing, that is a proper, like a proper human being. What is more important? I'm counseling in that way, and sometimes I have to actually take your child in your home, and then you think over that which one is better. That stigma, medicine stigma, is very important for them. And that is denial, of course.
Yeah. And ma'am, do you face parents who are still in denial of their child's diagnosis? Who are
Now, in adulthood, or in after 6, 7, after 7, I have not seen. But recently, I heard that it is information from paper that after 20, when the father is actually properly in condition that she is autistic, she probably daughter is autistic, and it is not actually curable. It can be, I don't know, I don't know what information, got suicide, and
I read about it.
with her daughter, both. But it is a high level denial. But why up to 20, I don't know. Of course, someone like I, or someone like has some actually given some particular hope. There are so many persons that take this particular medicine, even today, even again, I am not demeaning homeopathic, allopathic, all things, Kabiraji. They're telling, take that,
It'll
it
be
will
fine.
be clear. Even God, even to give some
Priest.
priest, priest, I think it is give some donation to God, that yeah, take put that particular whatever that. But there are so many points, and for that reason, hope may be who have not that intellect. Hope may be. But generally, in my institution, I can tell that after 6, 7, or 8, they have that realization that it can be improved, but it is not disease that will curable. That,
That is there.
as I'm not telling all.
Yeah, but
In
to a large
2000,
extent. To a large
90%, 90% I can say.
Ma'am, the parents who come to you and they say they're trying alternative therapies, like, you know, like you mentioned, homeopathy or going to a priest, or some people do pranic healing, this and that. What are your thoughts on that? Like, do you just tell them,
No, I never tell them that no, don't give them. I told them, always always prepare yourself. This is my common, it is a psychologist common. Think about alternative, prepare yourself for ultimate. Alternative medicine, you are telling that think about alternative, whatever, it will be negative, it will be positive. But nothing nothing will be there. You have to prepare yourself for that ultimate. So think about alternative and
But-
prepare yourself for ultimate is actually the common points of my
That's good
counseling.
advice. That will bring us to the last of the segment. So before the last question, I want to let the listeners know that if you're watching this episode and you find it insightful, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. You can even leave your comments for Dr. Banerjee in the comment section below, and hopefully we can have them even answered very soon. Ma'am, my last question to you is, how do we as a society work together to break the stigma for autism? I know we've asked this. How do we do a better job at raising awareness and creating inclusion?
I mean, for you people, you are telling, always I'm telling you, are the young people, it is your duty. I am toward, actually, I'm of course old,
You're not old.
but of course
You're not old.
I'm 68.
Don't say
I'm
it.
68. So really, my capacity, even cognitive, physical capacity, even cognitive, was becoming lowering, actually lowered down. What I'm telling, that it is your duty, it is the duty of all of us, but it is your duty for this awareness. Yes, of course, autism is a disability, of course, but it is a condition, not the disease. Of course, medicine is needed. Medicine will not actually cure autism, but some particular symptoms it may reduce. That is the very important point, and all of us should actually make our, again, empathetic hands toward them, not sympathy. Sympathy is actually demeaning. When we are telling in Bengali, aha, that is a very common term in Bengali.
Very common expression.
Yeah, aha. But when we are telling Emma, both are demeaning. When you are actually make sympathy to someone, that mean you are in upper position, you are not in same position. So come down to same position and tell them that you are also ours. That is the point here.
That is such a beautiful thought. And on that note, on the note that Professor Banerjee left us with a lot of insights. One, that is empathy, not sympathy. And second, that autism is a disability, it is a condition, but it is not a disease. And no two people are alike. We need to learn to be empathetic, to be understanding, and try our best to be inclusive. So, on that note, Dr. Banerjee, thank you so much for being here. Your insights, your advocacy, your work for people like me in this field is very, very inspiring. And I'm very happy to have had this one on one.
And another point I want to actually add, that they will also, they may help us also.
Yes,
In
100%.
in our distress time,
Of course.
they can help. That should be in our mind.
Yeah, of course. I mean, people with a neurodivergence and with high support needs or low support needs, after all, we're all just meaningful citizens of the world. So, yes. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you. Thank
Dr.
you.
Banerjee. And thank you to all the listeners. And don't forget liking, sharing, and subscribing. And until next time, we will see you very soon. But in case you're missing us, think about watching any of the videos popping up at your screen. Thank you.